I want to be able to incorporate kids understanding their purpose.
Yeah.
I don't think because of our the way our family units are now, because of the technology that parents allow, that I'm guilty to, give them a phone, go, and they're into that. They have laptops at their disposal. They have tablets. They have everything they want. But I don't think we do a very good job as a parent, as parents, or as an education system teaching our kids their purpose.
Yeah.
Or I don't need to tell you, but how can I help you get there?
How can I help you find it?
Correct. And then be able to attach that to what's the career path and what's the life path that I want to do. One of my passions, I've actually sat down and written it out, put it in. It's still sitting there about how we can actually incorporate that starting in junior high.
Yeah.
There is a technology piece that goes along with it because you have to.
Yeah.
And I think whether you're running a business, whether you're, my goodness, just on a side, just kind of going off on a tangent. When we were coaching, and I started coaching football at the Woodlands High School in 98, we would scout.
Yeah.
And we had the cameras. You would trade film at the end of the game. We would have film for them. They'd take it home. We'd watch it on the old VCR.
Yeah.
And you'd make notes. 5-10 years later, we were using technology that would trade. You could go watch a game, leave, and then the next day we had an IT coach. He was a coach. He coached position, but he outside of that, he did IT. That was it. And we had to do that. He would talk to the coaches. They would send the film,
all their files
over the internet. We would do the same, send it back. We would clip it, and then you would watch your game film on Saturday morning after a Friday night game, while we had a crew of IT coaches that were junior high coaches, and then our head coach, and then we had students that were a part of this that were breaking down the film and setting us up for Sunday. So Sunday we would come in, we'd sit down, you'd have the technology laid out, would lay on the floor, sit in a chair, and you'd pop it on a video screen. And it was amazing to watch that happen and how it affects your thinking process. Again, going back to what we talked about, if you use those things in a smart manner like we were doing, you can improve and do a lot of stuff for your business, for your athletics. It doesn't matter what you're doing. But you can't let it think for you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, and I think it's to what you're talking about with purpose. I think if you understand who you are as an individual and what you feel your purpose is and what you're doing, you're going to have kind of a guiding direction, and like you're going to be making decisions differently. You're going to be making choices differently, right? So whatever tool you're using doesn't matter at that point.
Correct.
It still is in service to the purpose that you have, for your life, right? And so that's really awesome to hear. I mean, because I agree with you. I think helping people find that is really beneficial, right?
Yes.
It gives them something to shoot for. It gives them, a reason to get up in the morning and go to work and do the things that they need to do, and all those kind of things. It's been interesting for us. Like we've gone through and started using a tool called the Predictive Index, which for an individual, it's a survey that you can take, and I don't understand the science behind it, but it's very amazing. It's a 2-question test basically, and you're just answering with some, you're picking kind of a number of answers for each of the questions. It takes about 10 minutes to do. But out of that 10 minutes, you get kind of a 90 to 95% snapshot of what the individual is naturally gifted at, what they naturally lean towards, what they're going to excel in just naturally because of their personality, because of who they are.
Correct.
Those kind of things. And so it'll tell you if somebody's very detail oriented or if they're, very driven or, some of those kind of things. And now granted, there is variance in all of those things, right? So I'm not going to say that it's, this is 100% who this person is, but it gives you a very good idea from a business standpoint. Like, okay, it's like, I always use the example, like if you're hiring for a sales position, you don't want to hire somebody that has, very limited social skills and doesn't like interacting with people. Yeah. Because if they're supposed to be introvert, if they're supposed to be going and talking to people, you want somebody that like naturally wants to do that and is good at that. And like, that's something that really, gives them energy and, those kind of things. And so it's been funny we've started to use that and kind of our decision-making around who we hire for what positions and those kind of things.
Right.
But it's like, to your point, I feel like if you can understand yourself, like if I as an employer can understand my employee and understand how to set them up to be successful, if we as individuals understand ourselves and already are kind of looking for those opportunities, that when those things collide, you really kind of get set on a trajectory that can really kind of change your life.
It's funny. I went to college.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to play baseball.
Yeah.
That's why I went to college.
Yeah.
I remember sitting down with my my counselor. I went to 2, 3, 4 different colleges, trying to play baseball, different levels.
Yeah.
And couple junior colleges mixed in there. And I remember sitting down my 4th year with my counselor. I wanted to be an engineer, but I wanted to be a baseball player.
Yeah.
Sit down with her. She goes, "Hey, we need a minor for you." I looked her and I said, "Oh, okay. What's my major?" I didn't know what my major was.
Wow.
And I knew they didn't have engineering, but I wanted to play baseball and had a great opportunity.
Yeah.
And so what I ended up doing was, she said education. I went, okay, let's do math, because I looked at the credits I had because I wanted to be an engineer.
Yeah.
That didn't work. I didn't do so well in the higher level of math. I wouldn't connect it to it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then I switched to science and loved biology, and ever since then, that's what I graduated and did. The funny thing is our kids are the same way.
Yeah.
They go to college. They don't know what to do. They don't know their purpose. So they get there and they go, what am I doing here? There are those that are great cases that know from an early age, but there's more that don't.
Yeah.
And it's funny, you mentioned technology and how that impacts. I took a test that was a why test, how to find your why.
Yeah. Yeah.
And whenever I took it, I had a conversation with a gentleman. He and I were doing it together and looking at it. And when it spit out, I went, that's me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Granted, I was much older. For a young kid, you could look at it and go, oh, I connect to that. But for me, I looked at it and went, why didn't I do this sooner?
Yeah.
Those, to your point earlier, those can be great guidelines, and they can be things that can guide you and push you when you use technology in that manner.